YouTube, welcome back to my channel, Kicking It with Bree. I'm Bree, and today you're gonna be kicking it with me. If you're new to my channel, thank you for clicking on this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. If you're a returner, thank you for kicking it with me again. You know, I'm here. Positive vibes, man. Positive vibes. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. But thank you for coming back. Make sure you turn on that notification bell because I drop bangers every single day of the week. Every day, Monday through Sunday, sometimes twice a day. You never know. But today we will be reacting to I Am Zoe new video. This was requested. It was sent to my email. So whatever you send to me, I'm gonna do it just for you. So I'm gonna be giving you my little input, my input on these situations. It's called That's My Story. So from what I understand, his fans sends him a minute-long video recording of themselves and asking him advice about certain things, and he gives his advice on those things. You choose to do it or you choose not to, whatever the case may be, whatever suits your life. But I got some moles with me because I'm gonna be eating. I'm gonna eat and we gonna watch this. It's gonna be a little mukbang, little moles mukbang reaction video. Let's get right into it. I respect it. Get into it.
Advice on how to deal with a toxic parent. I have a very toxic mother. I told her because I love her so much. And she has broken me spiritually. She has called me every name in the book. She has made every nasty, negative comment. But the only reason I don't want to dog her is because she did take care of all the kids that she had. And like literally supplied for us. So it's hard for me to just push her away after she did raise me. But I'm asking for your advice on how to deal with a toxic parent and how to keep your faith, because not even just with home life, like with work and everything, it's just like a lot to make you just like lose your mind. So how do you keep your faith and how would you deal with a toxic parent? Love you.
Love you too. Okay, first off, Brandon. Everybody, yo, hey, fuck, bitch, no, this is Brandon. First thing we gotta do here, not put all the blame on your mother. You gotta sit back and ask. Sit back and ask. Why is it that mom is acting the way she's acting? It's because she's raising all these kids by herself. There's no husband, there's no husband. You're raising a group of children. And you're only 19. I don't know how old your brothers and sisters are. They're younger. That's a lot of stress. Then she got bills. Then she got to go to work. Now, the COVID stuff is going on. So it's like a lot is on a parent. A child don't understand how much a parent has to go through being a parent. It's not easy. And sometimes you need a break and take some of your stress out on your children. So that's why it's good for kids to just, try to stay out of trouble. Do what your parents say, even if it sounds like it's a lot of bullshit. If she said wash the dishes, wash the dishes. She paying the bills, she buying your clothes, she giving you food to eat, shelter over your head. If she say go cut the grass, do it. Just do it. And watch how things will be covered. If she say shut up, you're not always right. You're a child. Now, I don't agree with her calling you out your name, calling you whatever she's calling you. That's not right. If that a parent I feel should not do that, because that can break down a child and make a child feel less than as a person. So what I would say is go to mama and say, Mama, look, I know you might be stressed, but I want you to know that some of the things you say do hurt me. It bothers me. And it's making my self-esteem a little low. And I just want, I want to build our relationship as daughter and mother. And if there's anything I can do to help you, then please let me know. And just hug her, talk to her. You'll be surprised. Sometimes the mother just wants to hug to her and hear I love you. Because there's the thing that the child is not appreciating the things that they're getting to their friend. I don't know, child. That's just so sad. I don't want you to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So you always in my ear telling me what to do, what I can't do, who I can't be friends with, what she gonna do, and I can get out her damn house if I don't want to this and that. Like, girl, first off, let me tell you something. So I can get out this house. Girl, I go to my friend's house. And like she always said, your friends ain't gonna be there for you like your parents. Go to your friend's house, do that same shit there. I bet they put your ass down. Then we get like that. So, friend, just breathe, pray, and talk to your mama and figure out what it is. Ask yourself first, what am I doing to stress mama out? What am I doing to be ahead?
Okay, so I'm gonna stop it. I was trying to let him go throughout his advice before I interjected, so I could get a full understanding of what he's saying. I do believe that there is a such thing as toxic parents. I don't believe all of the blame, or when you're looking at the situation, you need to reanalyze how you're contributing to their stress or whatever the case may be. And yes, parents, I understand parents go through a lot of stress and a lot of things, but as a developing adult, what you don't need to do is put yourself within a cycle of that type of behavior, if that makes sense. Because innate, your parent talking to you this, that, and the third, and treating you this way, is going to hit you in the place. And then either one or two things are going to happen from it. Either you're going to recreate that behavior, or that behavior makes you feel so low that you decide to change that behavior, and that's not how you're going to talk to your kids. But in my opinion, she's 19 years old. I feel like either college is coming up, or, you know, it sounded like she said she was working. So I think start working towards some goals to remove herself out of that situation, because sometimes your parents and the environment that you in is enabling your growth. It's enabling your process of evolving. Like, that's what it's doing. And your parents over everything is the biggest contributor to that. Either they help you and advance your growing, or they contribute to you not growing at all. One or the other. But I don't believe it sounds like verbal abuse. That sounds like verbal abuse in what she's saying. I don't believe anybody should be talked to like that. Excuse me, especially from their mother. I don't believe that should be something that she has to deal with. And she's at that age where she could make steps to not deal with that anymore. So I say if she genuinely feels like that, it's not so you just separating yourself from your mother. It's just a matter of your mental health. Because if it's taking a toll on you that much, maybe the best thing for you to do is to get out of that space. You know what I'm saying? And out of that space into your own space. Whether that's in your college dorm room when you leave to go off to college, or it's in your own apartment. Because I know for me, like, whenever I left home and I came to college, me and my mother's relationship got a whole lot better, because I was in an environment where I surrounded myself with things that I could grow and learn from. And I wasn't in, you know what I'm saying, an environment where I just kind of felt stagnant. But I think that's a true determining factor. And yes, stress may play a factor in what she's feeling and what she's doing, but that does not necessarily mean that the way she expresses that is through calling her daughter names and this, that, and the third. Just because you gave birth to someone and took care of someone does not mean they are your punching bag. That does not mean that. They're not your punching bag just because you gave birth to them. I don't believe that. Absolutely not. So, no. I agree with his advice to a certain degree, but I do believe that as a parent, you need to understand where to draw the line when it comes to talking to your children, and that your stress is not meant to be released onto your child, because that's the person you have authority and power over. I don't think that's right.
Wrong. Like I said, you're 19, so you almost 23, so you feeling yourself right now, girl. You know what I'm saying? It's almost time to get it together. I ain't saying about you soon, but you grown, so you gonna probably bump heads with mama now, so you gotta be explaining. So take the time, talk to your mama. Communication is key, and I hope everything works out with both of y'all and your family, because I don't want you to live in a situation where you feel like you're unappreciated, unwanted, and not loved. Okay? I love you, and friends, let you know that's the story. Parents, y'all take it easy on your children. It's a lot going on. They got to deal with bullying in there, all this other stuff. Take it talk to your children, see where they head at, see what's going on. They're like, who their friends are they okay? Stop thinking just because they're a child, shit ain't hard. It's different now. Talk to her. Y'all should be damn young having these children anyway. It's your fault, really. See, y'all want to damn young and hot and then get pregnant and they don't even know how to raise a damn child. Let's go to the next story.
Oh my lord.
So, let me introduce myself first. My name is Sahaja, and
Hey.
I'm going through a lot of things with like my best friend. And this is like requiring as being a best friend, but it's requiring like more. So me and my best friend, right? She had told this girl about our business, and which was her sister. It's not her biological sister. Her dad dates.
This longer than a minute, boo.
Is the girl mom. Okay. So she told her about our business, of what was going on, and how it was going on, and when it was going on. So she had told her the reason why that she had got her tablet taken away because we were beefing with other people, and her sister took away her tablet, and I don't know the cause of it, but she should. But I told her not to get into my beef. I told her not to, but she steady let it go on. So I'm mad at her. This girl and this other girl makes a group chat with her and the other girl. Me and her and the other girl. And I told her, best friends, they don't go telling secrets. And I feel like she does it. I don't know why she do it, but she do it for a reason. And she told this girl about me. This girl, when we were on FaceTime, this girl was being rude, like saying stuff in the background that just was rude. And I don't want to argue with the girl. I feel like me and the girl, we could be cool or whatever. At this point, I don't know because she had texted me and I was like, I'm asleep. And so she had called me and she was like, what's been going on with me and you? And I told her I'm still mad at her after the fact that she had did this and she put me through all this, and I'm bad enough. I'm going through stuff now financially, and it's nothing better that I could do. And so I just need your help and tips on what a real friend could do, because me and her, we're not friends, but me and this girl, we've been friends and we've been talking. Like,
what?
We're just friends. And yeah, so thank you. I need your help.
Help with what? I don't know what's happening.
I'm lost on the story. We started off on the daddy and the mama, from the sister to the tablet to the friend. Word. The whole conversation was just word. There was no commas, no periods, no exclamation points, no question mark, no calling, kids, sitting calling, friend. He was just random. But from what I'm getting, something going on with you and this girl. You saying it's just a friend. Saying it's just a friend. Oh, baby. That's what I need. I'm sorry. You said it's just a friend. But I feel it. I'm not a friend. But anyway, I'm just thinking.
She giving you them vibes.
So, I feel your friend is toxic. The one you're talking to as a friend is toxic. She does this. She done told you secrets. She done called you on the phone with other folks in the background talking bullshit. She just telling stuff. She got her tablet to everything is on her. It's her. She keeps up the drama. And if she's keeping up all this drama, you need to let that friend go. That friend got a line going on. And all she's doing is bringing you headache. You say, oh, I feel like I could be her friend, we could be cool, we could be this. to be that. But if you already got all these ill will feelings about her, she's already shown you what type of person she is, but not keeping secrets and doing this to stay in drama and keep it up there.
Then why?
Then friend, you don't need her.
Right.
She's showing you she's. I know y'all young, everybody's afraid, everybody cool and all that bullshit. Friend. So that girl is a mess. You probably date the anyway. You got kids too. Good. Yeah, I'm a damn thing. Because she got you over here stressed. You done damn rambled about the damn all the time. But everybody else and all. Yeah, I'll get rid of my time. You know, leave her alone, friend. Leave her alone. She's drunk. She's a whole lot. But it's you and me. It's not stress, okay?
A good point. So here's the thing. I know I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I understand what was happening, this whole story. I don't know what she was saying, but I understood some of it, some about a friend, but some I always live by is if I have a friend and I'm around other people and somebody has something to say about my friend in front of me, or somebody has something to say about me in front of that friend, how they bring it to me and how they defended me is what I look at. Number one, why were they comfortable enough to talk about me to you in that manner? Number two, what did you say in return? Did you defend me as a friend, as a person that you say you care about, or whatever the case may be? Because me, this has happened before. It's like people be like, so about your friend. I heard that about your friend. I'm like, well, did you hear from my friend? Then you didn't hear it, then, baby. Like that type of thing. Or I got messages or some random number had texted me and was just like, da 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 about your friend. We need to talk about your friend. I'm like, if you think for 2 seconds I'm about to talk to you about a person that I call my friend, you gotta be out your mind. That type of thing. And then it's just like that type of manner, because I feel like over time, if you had that same friend that's coming to you and telling you like, oh, this person and this person had this to say about you, at a point in time, you just got to look at it and be like, well, wait a minute now. How is it that you are the person that's bringing it to me? So are you sitting around listening to them talk about me, or did you nip it in the bud? Which one was it? Because it can't be both. Which is it? That's just how I am. That's just how I am. I'm big on loyalty. That's how I am. Yeah, I don't know what's happening either. Everybody toxic nowadays. We're gonna have to analyze that. Okay.
So I dated this guy for 2 months, and trying to be friends, and then we was on and off friendships because we was being toxic to each other. So now I called him a name, and then he went off on me.
What you called him?
Off. And after like a few months later, then he slid in my DMs on Instagram. Mind you, I have been thinking about him recently and was actually trying to let him go, and then now he came back. Now I'm confused. So I just told him I need some time to think, I guess. And right now I kind of don't know what to do. I want to talk shit, but at the same time, I don't think it's good for me. So what should I do?
Well, you already know the answer. You did, friend.
Sometimes you want to talk to him, and other times you don't. You don't want to talk to him. Your heart is trying to tell you what to do, but you listen to your stupid ass feelings. And I'll get there when I say stupid, because sometimes our feelings are stupid. They make us do stupid shit, like it's trying to make you do stupid shit. You already know this man. You went together first of all for 2 months and broke up. What the was that?
An entanglement.
You call him a name? What's all about? What you call him that name? He got mad at you and dished the girls from the south. I mean, he just wants to have the upper hand or told him what the pants, girl. He wants you to do what he said when he said. your ball. But yeah, friend, you answered your question. You are infatuated with this guy. You are lusting over him. It's 2 months. You don't even know him yet in 2 months, friend. You don't even get a chance to know him. Now, I'm not saying leave. Well, okay.
Why not?
Just in case you didn't want to go back.
No.
Because I don't always tell people to leave in a situation, but if you were dating him, let's say if you were dating him, you broke up, y'all was kicking it while broken up. But then you said something, and he got mad and left you. And then he came back, obviously, friend, you found something else, went somewhere else, it didn't work out. He saw you steal something good because you are something good. Got back in your DMs, and now he wants you. And then you're like, oh my God, maybe he's changed. Maybe he likes me again, or maybe this. Girl, you didn't do something wrong, obviously. Because you over here mixing in some emotions, because you would have told me what you did wrong. If you did so wrong, if you ain't telling me, girl, bitch, tell me. If you don't leave him, I would say talk to him. Don't date him. Take your time. See what's happening. First of all, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, like, you know, dating, no sex, none of that stuff. Just talking. Talk. Because y'all can have arguments with me. And then if you leave me being friend, that's your third time. This time I got. I'm sorry. Child, fuck. It ain't that serious. You look like you still young, so you got a lot of men out there to talk to. If you want to be with somebody, you gonna want to be with them. It ain't gonna be no, I don't know, I'm thinking about it. You gonna want to be with them, and you obviously don't want to fully be with him because you know he ain't no good friend. Stop letting your feelings take over. This is your heart.
Here's the thing. I feel like when it comes to stuff like this, I feel like, yes, it's infatuation, but at the same time, what she said, he left him, like she called him a name and stuff like that. I don't believe he's necessarily wrong for doing that, because when it comes to communicating, I don't believe you should be calling people out of their names when you're upset or whatever the case may be, because that's not healthy. That's toxic. It's not healthy communication. You're not getting anything across other than, oh, well, now I said this and this about you, but then next week I got to go apologize for everything I just said because, oh, I didn't mean it. But it's just like, if you learn how to communicate or understand that if you get to a point where you want to cuss somebody out or put your hands on them, whatever the case may be, that's probably not a situation that you should be in. It's probably not something that you should be pursuing or whatever the case may be. 2 months of dating before breaking up. I wonder what the breakup was about. She didn't really go into detail about that, but you broke up within 2 months, and then y'all start fooling around again. Which just says it's just like he got the milk without buying the cow, pretty much. I mean, if you're gonna be doing relationship stuff without having the relationship, it's just kind of like a, well, why? Like, why have the title? Why do this? Why do that? I mean, sometimes, like he said, you need to start off just by talking, not having sex, just talking. They should have spent that 2 months getting to know each other. Maybe if they spent the time talking, she would know that he does not like to be called names, and she wouldn't have called him a name. Or during that time, they would have learned how to talk to each other, so they wouldn't have to worry about going back and forth, forcing fighting, him going off on her, she going off on him. Like, I don't think that's healthy. I think that particular thing is toxic. And even if you are good for each other, if you don't know how to talk to each other, you become toxic for each other. I'm done eating. Your story.
Sorry, I look ridiculous right now, but I just woke up. But I love your videos. Anyways, let's get into it. So, basically, I've been with this guy and we were together for a while. And we basically broke up because he was disrespecting me, beach, and a bunch of other disrespectful shit, which I don't tolerate. I don't tolerate people disrespecting me, so I had to cut that off. So I cut that off. It's it was a couple months, like 2 or 3 months, and then he wants to come texting me, coming back into my life, talking about, I miss you, I wish you were here, I think about you all the time, can we try to be friends at least, I'm changed, and shit like that. Should I? Because I do honestly love this guy, but I don't. Everybody's thinking, right?
You just answered your own question like the last person. You know what I'm saying, y'all women? Do you see the cycle that the men are doing here? They do whatever they want to do. Men like to make it seem like you did something wrong when you didn't do anything wrong. So then y'all over here questioning yourself like, should I take it back? Bitch, he fucked you. He called you a bitch. He disrespected you. And what did you say? You said, I don't tolerate disrespect. When you don't tolerate something, you let it go. This man ain't changed in a couple of months, and then he's young. He ain't changed in a couple of months, friend. Things like that, that's eternal. That takes time. That's like drugs. People are addicted to something like crack cocaine, lean, all that stuff. It takes time. Cigarettes, it takes time to get off of that. Mentally, emotionally. That has been him. Make a man again, girl. I bet you can get another bitch tomorrow. I'm not saying that men can't change or boys can't change, but friends, men do that when they see that they lost something good. So they try to go back and put a little band-aid on it because they know women's hearts are fragile, y'all's feelings are sensitive, and y'all are gonna be like, oh my God, that is my boyfriend, I miss him, I miss him, I miss him. And then, girl, when you get up that girl, you like, why not even take him back? Because you know why? He was stupid. He was in your feelings when your heart was already telling you, well, should I take it back? Because I really don't know. That's your heart talking to you. And I know some people get mad at me and say, no relationship is perfect. And I know no relationship is perfect, but obviously she's giving him some time after time, and that's why she walked away. So when you give somebody time after time and spoke them and told them, so let me tell both you girls, for last of you, if you sat there and you told him what you didn't like and what is hurting you and what he needs to change, if you have to keep repeatedly saying this over and over, then it's time to leave. Because now you're talking to a brick wall. Because I'm not going to sit here and keep telling you what I don't like and what I'm not going to accept, and you keep doing it, then I'm going to go. So, friend, if you talk to him and told him over and over in the last relationship what you didn't like and he continued to do it, and friend, a couple of months he ain't changed, friend. Let him go date whoever. And 2 years down the line, outside, but the girl, you see he's different and he got a job. It's that, bam, the girl. Try it out. I don't know. But as of right now, I say don't do it. But hey, what you want to do? Okay? That. Your story. All right, you guys. Well, I hope I gave you some rest.
All right, so cool. That's the end of the video. But I want to add on that the ending of his video. So I feel like a lot of the time when we're in relationships and we spend time with somebody and all this other stuff, like prior to the relationship, I believe all people should do it. I think we all should have boundaries and parameters that we set up in our relationship or that we set up prior to a relationship. These are the things I'm not going to tolerate. These are the things that are compromisable. But most importantly, these are the things I'm not going to tolerate. Not going to tolerate, compromisable, and then things I expect out of the relationship, things like that. So as whoever you are, it's like, I no doubt about it, you need to be a Christian. You can't do this, you can't do that. Those are just my three top things for a person that I want to yoke myself with. Period. That's it. I feel like once you have that, like she said, she was not going to tolerate someone calling her out of her name, which is something that she should not tolerate. That was a parameter for her. That was a boundary. And it sounds like he repeatedly broke that boundary over and over again. I feel like once someone breaks it the first time, okay, you give them grace. But after the second time, it's like, what do you have the boundary for? What is the parameter set up for if you're not going to honor it? Because in A, all you're doing is diminishing your worth by saying, I set up this boundary, but maybe for this particular person, it does not apply. No. You set up a boundary, he broke it, and for that, he probably needs to deal with the consequences. And maybe those consequences is maybe he's not the guy for me as of now. Now, later on down the line, if he chooses to, you know what I'm saying, not cross that boundary again, then okay, very well. But once he breaks it, I feel like that's just breaks it repeatedly. I think that's just him saying that he doesn't really care about the boundary that you set. He doesn't care about the boundaries that you set. He doesn't care that this is a word or something that hurts you or whatever the case may be. He doesn't care about that. But I believe everybody should have boundaries and parameters, and I think you should honor that because you are honoring yourself when you do those things. Period, point blank. Period. But thank you guys for joining me on this video and watching me, I guess, eat my food while I did this video. But if you have any comments about this video in particular, please drop them down below. I would love to know what your perspectives on toxic relationships with parents are. I think that's an interesting topic. I think that's something that people need to, you know what I'm saying, talk about more often because there are some toxic parents in the world. So I think that's a very interesting topic and very interesting point of view that he had. So drop your comments down below about how you thought about that. What you think about that? I'm interested to know. I'm interested to know. As you know, for those of y'all who have commented, I engage with all of y'all, even if you're a spam or bot, whatever the case may be. I engage. So drop your comments down below. Let me know some recommendations. Y'all been sending them to my email. So thank you so much for, you know what I'm saying, talking to me, connecting with me. So keep sending them in. Keep dropping them down below. Like this video. Turn on that notification bell. And I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.